Good evening to everybody. So today FL will be presenting about synergy, and this will be the third day of FL. In National Member Education Week. All right. So a brief introduction about me, the presenter itself. So my name is Ling Zining, and currently third year of civil engineering in LC Unimas, and I'm holding the post of LCVP Finance and Legalities. So today I'll be talking more about the national synergies. So synergy itself is on how do we work on, how does each department support itself themselves. So the next one will be about what is synergy. So here I'll be bringing you through a brief and basic introduction about how the synergy works in the whole LC level. And here is how should each and every department help among. Okay, so you can see that this I'll be using the football field analogy. As you can see that there's a football field here. So how does each department help each other? So first of all, we need to know what is our goal, which is the S and S plus S plus L are the goals of ours, which are exchange and exchange plus leadership. So the two departments that are going to strive for this goal, I would say you all should know that it's the front departments, which are ICS and OGS. So they are the striker for the team to achieve the goals, to strive for more of S and S plus L. And then the next one will be ER or BD, External Relations or Business Development Team, which helps ICS in terms of this to secure the project so that ICS can deliver the project to deliver the experiences to interns. And we also have Marcom to help OGS and ICS as well, or the OLC. And behind them we have TM, Talent Management, and FL, and lastly not forgetting LCP as a goalkeeper. So how does all these departments help each other? They are actually interconnected with each and everybody. So as I said just now, like ER and BD, they'll be the one securing projects to engage externals to look for sponsorships to sustain the project and to sustain the projects for ICS. And so ICS can achieve the goals by looking for interns once they have the project. And Marcom will be the one to handle all those EPRDs, exchange participants recruitment drive, and to secure EPs for OGS. Only the OGS can look for projects and deliver students to go for exchange. And TM plays an important role here, as TM will be the one to locate and finding members, suitable member profile for all these departments. And as we all know that members are an important asset to ISAC, as we are a student-driven organization. Student-driven means that if youth-driven organization, sorry. So if we don't have our own asset, how are we going to run this whole organization to achieve our goal? And of course, there's FL, which acts as the overall view. So FL itself plays a role here to overview the whole departments, just like LCP. And FL plays an important role here as well, because we know that we need money to deliver all these operational thing and processes. So FL will be the one to discuss with all the other departments on how can they help in terms of financially and how to allocate resources to each and every department to sustain their own operational costs. And lastly, there's LCP, the overviewer of the whole thing. The goalkeeper to see that everybody is striving towards the goal, and always to act as a supporter itself and to track on how each of the departments are doing. And this is a good case practice for LC bundle. If you want more information, you can look through the link below the YouTube video. It's a good case sharing. It's a good case sharing from the LCP of LC bundle. So how does FL help? So we'll see what's our upcoming focus for the whole ISAC in Malaysia. So drum rolls is summer peak. So winter peak itself is near, which is January itself, and now we're near the end of November, which is why it's no longer our focus. It should be more towards matching and realizing already. So we should have a startup planning on how should we achieve the goals in summer peak. Yeah. And so how does FL plays its role here? We know that synergy sometimes is a very fluffy things. It's mentioned like we should help each other, but how? Sometimes we just don't know how the way to help each of the other departments. So first of all, I would suggest that all of us should know the importance of the should know what are the four products that we're selling in IZ. Oh, sorry, not selling. The one we're promoting. So it's basically it's OGCP, IGCP, OGTP, and IGTP. So some LCs they don't have all the four products. Some they are focusing on each and just one or two. So it varies depends on the reality of LC here. Okay, in terms of how FL helps, the first one will be budgeting. So as I said just now, resources is always needed, are always needed to use to expand the operation. So without resources itself, how do we expand and how do we drive to our goals? Are we going to use the resources of our own members or the whole LC? So FL we know best how many resources we have in our LC instead of other departments because we are the one to keep on tracking on those financial status of LC. So we know how much we can use to invest in each and every department. So the first one is about you can invest in EPRD, Exchange Participant Recruitment Drive, and this will be synergy with Marcom to discuss on how the upcoming EPRD we can do it in a bigger scale to attract more students to come and to let more people to know about we are promoting this program, the products of ours for them to go to exchange or for them to go for internship. So this is how we collaborate with Marcom to figure out on how should we spend, on how the LC should spend an amount of money to engage a big crowd of students so that we can have a higher conversion rate. And the next one, second one will be investment in engagement. Quality engagement itself is very important because we know that the stakeholders we have for ER or PD is about externals and sometimes it does need some resources, let's say transport in terms of transportation or in terms of bonding with them. So a good quality engagement will ensure that a better quality project as soon as they may be satisfied with our program itself. And this is in terms of collaboration with ER or PD to secure a good project for interns to come in. APS goal is always there and we talk about customer centric. We want customer to be satisfied with our products. So once we have interns, we want them to be satisfied as well, or else we'll be facing low NPS score. So this is how FL can help in ER or PD to have a more quality engagement to secure a more quality project. And third one will be investment in EP servicing. We know that we always say that ISAC is a not-for-profit organization, but are we thinking that way? We'll be securing money, and these monies are to help to deliver the goals that we want, the S and S plus L. So in terms of that, we can help to deliver a better EP servicing. EPs themselves they pay 400 as you know from the pricing structure session yesterday. So they pay 400 and what do they get in terms of this 400? Is it just an account and the chance to go? Is it really worth the 400 that they pay? So in terms of this, we can be more creative and we can try to help them in terms of applying for visas and travel insurance to make them more satisfied and to develop a better session of OPS so that they know what to prepare for the exchange and to set out a better exchange expectation for the exchange so that they will have a better quality of experience when they go abroad for exchange. And to re-raise them will be a much more easier ways. And remember that customers themselves are always the best promoters. And the fourth one will be about investing in intern servicing. So let's say you yourself as an intern, what will you expect for your exchange? What do you want? So we can think in terms of that to satisfy them. Because imagine yourself going abroad to a foreign country and then you will be expecting pickup, accommodation, and food. This is what we normally all wanted. So in terms of that, just to switch it back to our own reality, this is what the interns want from us. So LC itself, we can, if we are able to sustain, we can help to deliver a better intern servicing in terms of pickup, accommodations, and food, and to bring interns around to understand the cultures of our Malaysia as well. And like we keep on mentioning that we are not for profit, so this is necessary that to ensure quality experience for interns themselves as well. And in terms of that, there can be promoter for our MPS goal to promote our projects to more interns from other countries or to their own countries. The second one will be about more to collaboration with TN department. So the first thing that can do is about R&R, rewards and recognition. So it's important to keep up the motivation of members to drive down the goals from time to time. The whole members themselves work in Isaac, and do they really know why are they working here when they are not getting salaries and so on, besides just improving themselves and getting all the stress? So it's important that we should know how to keep up the motivation of members to keep on driving the goals, because without motivation, lacking motivation will cause members them not wanting to do more or to try harder. So in terms of reward and recognition, it can be in various ways, depends on the LC financial status. How should we reward and recognize each of the members who uh, perform well enough? And besides that, we can do for training for members. So training for members here, we have our very limited skill sometimes on our own in terms of TM department, because we ourselves are students as well. So we may need some technical skills that we should get from externals. So we can actually invite external speaker to give a workshop on how to do, let's say, for marketing sales pitch, or how to have some technical skills such as engaging externals and so on. Because uh, in terms of that, they are better trainers than us, and they can deliver a better session to the members themselves on how do we boost up our own process and to reach the goals for each and every LCs. So it varies on the LC reality as well. If some LC are rich enough to invite externals for workshop, why not? And the third one will be investing in team day, because happier members work more effectively. As I said just now, motivation is always a crucial part on how should we empower members to work to achieve what they want, and to know why are they doing all these things themselves, to understand the why, uh why what they do, why they do what they do. Yes. And investing in team days can be in various ways. It can be call for an outing, or to go just to externals, to go to NGO to work for a day, to spend some time for bonding. And the third one will be to increase the publicity of Isaac. So here's a good case practice from LC Bandung itself, from some of the exchange participants coming back from Indonesia. They mentioned about students themselves who wants to go for exchange engage Isaac themselves without waiting for Isaac to do it. They're just waiting for Isaac to open up info booth and info session. They just come and sign up to go for exchange because they see the relevance of Isaac in the context. So I would say that here now in Malaysia, not everybody who see the relevance of Isaac the exchange on how can they uh, relevance to their own personal goals. So this is a where we should improve on to increase the publicity of Isaac, to increase the awareness. So we can invest in producing promotional materials such as booklets, or in engaging media or authorities in school, because students are they are always our customers, stakeholders, and it's a need for them to be aware that Isaac, and to know what Isaac is all about and the products that we are delivering, and to initiate certain events that can create public awareness about Isaac. Some of the past activities that were suggested are like global village to let everybody knows, but some it should be discussed on the ROI, the return of investment, whether it is important or not. And always remember that ROI, return on investment, is not always just measured in terms of money, but it can be in terms of publicity and awareness or members development as well. And always remember that the three national strategies of 1450 from MC, which are process optimization, customer centric, and talent capacity itself. So these three, you can think of these three ways on how should we come out with more initiatives to help the LC and to help the other departments to drive down to reach the goal. Synergy itself is about process optimization because we know that if each department is focusing in doing their own jobs without any collaboration from any other departments, the process optimization won't until so far because we always need helps to get more further technical knowledge. And I said, let's say for the front office themselves, if they were to work on themselves without the support from back office, how are they going to sustain the whole things and to achieve a better result? And customer centric itself, we should always you can think of the ways to how are we going to promote Isaac and to achieve more customer satisfaction in using our products. And lastly, talent capacity. FL itself, I would say, is a very vast department. We always perceive it as money and paperwork only. So it's not about that. And how should we? So it's more about to expand your horizons, to on how we should help the other departments and how do we come with more synergies among each other and any other departments. Not just in terms of we prepare paperwork for them, not just in terms of we give them money and that's it. So here I'd like to share some good case practice from other entities. So the first one is Isaac in Hong Kong. So average reserve of 500k Hong Kong dollar for each of the 6 LCs. So they are rich really compared to us, and each of them they spend 20k of Hong Kong dollar for an invoice session. Imagine that it's like 10k of Malaysian ringgit for an invoice session, and we can never achieve that scale. Even now, it's hard for us to spend like 2 or 3k in an invoice session because we don't have the ideas on how. It's not that we don't have the resources, but we just don't know how. So in terms of this, and in Isaac Africa as well, there's a link I show here because they'll be showing a slide. You can read more about what are the good case practices from them through this link. It's shared in terms of slide, and some of them are related to cost structures and how other departments synergy as well. Yes, so basically FL is about expanding your horizons. We have the overview of the whole LC and we know the financial status, the resources that we have for the LC. So how are we going to use these resources to help the LC to reach a new certain level and to synergy with other departments? So it's more on new initiatives. So you can always think of, don't just limit yourself to the certain context, which is delivered down from the past. And yes, that's it. So thank you for your attention for this 20 minutes. So I hope you learned something from here. Yeah.